Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another video. Hope you guys had a wonderful 4th of July. Today is Monday, July 5th, and today brings us to the small town of Allenwood, Pennsylvania. Now, Allenwood is just south of Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and if that name rings a bell, that is where the Little League World Series is held. But baseball is not the subject of today's video. Today, we are taking a first look at the abandoned munitions bunkers in Alvira, Pennsylvania. So right off the parking area here is our first bunker. Now this one is closed up, as you can see, but hopefully we can find some that are open. Now there's not a lot you can see from Google Maps, but you can see here there's some trash, unfortunately. This one is unlocked, but looks like someone plowed a lot of dirt in front of it, so we can't get in there. But this is where they stored all kinds of munitions. Kind of stockpiling after the events of Pearl Harbor. This is one of those towns that the government utilized eminent domain to basically seize everyone's house that was in this area and basically raze the entire town in order to build these bunkers. And this is literally in the middle of nowhere. But I'm going to make our way back here. Like I said, this is Pennsylvania State Game Lands, about just slightly over 3,000 acres here, just south of Williamsport. And we're not too far from the town of Allenwood. Now, there's a big, massive correctional facility there. I think it's a maximum security prison and a federal correctional institution. But don't know much about this town, and like I always do, I'm going to be putting those little tidbits up on the screen here to, fill in the informational gaps, as it were. Now, this place would be pretty neat to come back in the fall or winter. You do want to be careful, though, because it is game lands. If you do come here during the fall and winter, I highly suggest wearing something reflective, even an orange vest or something like that, because of the there is legal hunting here. But here we have our first open bunker. And I don't know if I can squeeze in there, but maybe we'll take a peek. I'm gonna have to take my pack off here and get my light out, but I think we can get in here and take a look around. There's a guy here who's got a couple of beagles, hunting dogs. But unfortunately, my battery on my light, on my LED light, is dead, but we can I do have a little mini mag light here that we can squeeze in here. Ooh, it smells lovely in here. But you can see all these old bags in here. These old green military bags. And this is actually quite bigger than I thought. And some old tires. Just for you, RJ, more old tires. Got some chairs in here, random storage. I'm going to put up on the screen here when this place was actually kind of decommissioned. But you can see up in the middle of the ceiling there. I want to say this ceiling maybe 20 feet, 15, 20 feet. And across, maybe double that, maybe 30 feet across. But it is a dome structure, and it looks like the Pennsylvania Game Commission does store stuff in here, or used to, and this is just tons of stuff. I'll try to keep my hand out of the way there, but interesting. Go in a little bit further. Wish my other light was working, but this will have to do. But got some old file cabinets here. Yeah, this is a lot of the stuff on here says PA Game Commission. Yeah, property PA Game Commission. All these little containers here, not sure what those are. Pretty neat to say the least. Obviously, you have some graffiti all over and things like that. That's pretty much unavoidable with a lot of places like this. But you got a central hole, covered up hole up there. And so we got a cab for a pickup truck bed over there. So let's make our way out and further down the pathway here and see what other bunkers we can find. Maybe we'll get into some other ones. Now this place is very accessible. Again, like I said in the beginning, it is PA State Game Land, so it is open to the public. But just be careful whenever you come to a place like this, any places that are abandoned and so on. You know, you always want to use caution wherever. But there's all these little, like, you know, roads out here, dirt roads. So let's see. I think maybe I'll keep going straight in this area and then see where we can go. Looking at Google Maps, you can see there's all kinds of bugs, lots of bugs. There's all roads, and I'm assuming we're all kind of like Centralia. These were the roads throughout this town here. It's a shame, you know, that the government just has that ability, or had that ability, to just come in and kick people out for their own use. You know, there's so much area in this country that is uninhabited, that's woodlands and whatnot. You would think that they would be able to just buy up some land where there's nothing and then build what they need to build. But I guess they didn't really give a shit back then. If I get lost on any of these roads, I can just send the drone up in the air and go find the van. Now, I do see a pole building back there in the distance, right there. So we'll head this way and keep an eye out. Oh, here we got another bunker. So pretty much any of these mounds are going to be the bunkers. So yeah, here's another one that's open. Cool. I'm not going to go into every single one unless one of them is extremely different, because I have a feeling that they're all pretty darn similar. Yeah, just a lot of the same big storage area. Now there is a lot of swampland around here, so just be careful not to go off the beaten path too much, because you may end up getting yourself stuck. Now this one's pretty much wide open. This one's wide open. Lots of graffiti in this one and nothing in here. So listen to that echo. Wow. Okay, now that is cool. Okay, I am having way too much fun in here. That echo is crazy. That's insane. I didn't get that kind of echo in the other ones because they were full of junk. So, and that one had just 3 buckets in the center. That was wicked cool. A couple of pups having a good time. You don't see the dogs, but you hear them. I really have to remember to bring pants when I come on these little adventures here, because the one thing I did read too is that you want to be careful of ticks in this area. I've been checking myself periodically, and so far so good. And I didn't leave too long after Melanie left for work this morning because I just, you know, I was awake, I was ready to go, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to get in the car because, as the last time I tried to come up here, which was 2 days ago, I ended up getting a screw, bolt, nail type thing in my tire just outside of Harrisburg. So unfortunately, I had to get that repaired. And then by the time that got all fixed and everything, and I just wasn't feeling it, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go home, relax, and watch some TV. But this morning I didn't have anything planned, and so I just got in the car and went. And sometimes that's the best time to go do these, and they end up making some of the best videos. I have another pathway that goes off to my right here. I think, however, I'm gonna walk down this way and see what we can see. And I definitely will be getting the drone up in the air and give you guys a nice bird's eye view of this whole property here. Chipmunk. Perfect weather for a nice walk too. I've been kind of slacking because it's been so sticking hot here in Pennsylvania. We had quite a few days there where it was upwards of 95, 97 degrees with a heat index of about 110. Granted, it was nowhere near what the people in the Pacific Northwest were experiencing, but it was pretty damn hot. Not to mention, we get crazy humidity here in Pennsylvania, so weather like this is very much welcome. Also, a benefit of leaving really early in the morning. I was out the door by 6, so. So, I don't know how well that's gonna come up on the screen there. Probably not too good. Yeah, just trying to find on the map here a good path to take around this property. I think what I'm gonna do is head up this path. And like I said, there's hundreds of acres to walk around and explore. So I'm gonna make my way up this way and kind of loop back around and see what other structures we can see. I don't even know if I'm going in the right direction, but you know what? That's half the fun of it, is just getting out. And you know, you want to be prepared somewhat, but I do really like exploring like this. Still keeping pretty safe. You know, I don't own a firearm, but I do have a pretty hefty knife on me, so I do have some protection. Get off my microphone, fly. Yeah, I should have got bug spray before I came up here. The bugs do get too bad. I may have to call it a day. It's just beautiful out. There's some old frogs over there. there's a tick. Yeah. Yep. Oh. I got a little, not little, but I believe a turtle down there. Yeah. Could be a snapping turtle, the way his, can't really tell. Right there, popping his head out. So, came to this little junction here. Let me, I don't know if that's entirely accurate where I'm at. It could be, yeah. Yep, okay. This area right here is pretty pretty good and oh no, stop Siri. No. Okay. Siri, goodbye. I love technology. I went down in between the two ponds back to my left there, and I'm going to decide to stick to pathways that are like this, that aren't too overgrown. I already had one tick try to sink its teeth into my leg, so yeah, note to self, bring jeans next time. Damn it, I keep losing my muff. This thing keeps popping off. I'll definitely be returning in the fall, or actually probably more so in the winter time, when this is completely when everything's completely dead and I can see a heck of a lot more. But you know, it's still good to get out nevertheless. And the drive up here, I came up Route 15, or yeah, Route 15, and it was just beautiful, almost no traffic on the road, and just a nice peaceful drive up here. It was about, I'll say about 2.5 hours up here for me, but you guys should know by now that a long drive doesn't bother me one bit. I know Jay's been here before. Actually, Jay did a meetup here before. I've yet to watch that. I probably should have watched that before before I came up here, but I will never claim to be an expert or even novice explorer or hiker. Just some guy with a camera. This path is, as you can see, really even, this whole area, and it's probably the reason the government picked it for their munition storages, because it is out in the middle of nowhere and it is really flat right here. So this path is really easy to walk. Not sure if they allow bicycles or not, or like mountain bikes through here. They may. All right, guys. Well, just like I suspected, these bugs are getting way out of hand for me. So, okay. So after I got done flying the drone, I decided to hop in the car and drive down Alvira Road a little bit, where I'm assuming the town, this was like the main strip of this town. And I'm looking on the maps, and as I was driving down the road, I saw more and more of these bunkers further down this road here. So I drove as far as I could and got to this gate right here. As you can see, we have some barbed wire here. There's another bunker right back here that I actually just noticed. We can't get into there because if you were to keep following this road, and over to my left is the State Correctional Facility at Allenwood. And looking on the maps and everything, it looks pretty impressive. Huge facility, so we won't be going back that way. But I did see this little pathway here, and off in the distance I did see some, like, looks like some fencing or pillar or something. So why don't we take a little walk back this way and see what we can see. And this is a nice, well mowed path here, so not sure what's back here. But where I was at the beginning of the video, those first couple of bunkers, that literally is the tip of the iceberg. Oh, it looks, oh, it's a cemetery. Oh, okay. And there's these little pathways up. I'll come back to that here real quick. Oh yeah, it's an old cemetery. Some relatively new gravestones, but we also have these real old ones here. Let's see if we can see any dates on these. Hard to see as it's partially sunk in the ground there. Looks like we got 1850. Yeah, 1850. That one fell over, unfortunately. This one back here looks pretty old. Hard to say. This, building like they used to, like I always say. Not a huge cemetery, but look at this though. This, I wonder if this is a family right here. Probably, but look at how ornate that is. That's really something. And you know what I hate to see? Have these 3 tiny little gravestones here. I bet this is an entire family. Yeah, the Griffeys. So we have Benjamin Griffey, died 1887. He was 68 years old. I can't read that, unfortunately, the 3 little gravestones. And then we have Margaret, wife of Benjamin Griffey, died 1876. 1881. Yeah, so friends and possibly family. McCormick. I got even older, died 1779. John Coates. Or no, Jane, wife of John Coates. Oh, I'm sorry, born 1779. Died 1866, it looks like. 1850, 1848. Born in 1794. Wow. I don't see any more bunkers off in the distance there. I don't want to get too close. I don't know if you'll be able to see through the clearing here, but you can see some of the wall and lights of the correctional facility there at Allenwood. Yeah, you can see off in the distance there. I don't know how high I can get you. So we'll make our way back down the pathway here and see about getting back into the woods and checking out, see if there's a bunker back there. Now these are interesting gravestones. So we have 2 headstones here, a larger and a small one. Let's see. And it's almost like a little, little gravel graves, sarcophagus. I don't see anything on the, footstone, I guess you would call it. If you know anything about this type of burial site, please comment below and let me know. And I'm wondering here, looks relatively new, yet this is probably a remake of, they probably redid the gravestone. Assuming one might have been right here. Interesting. These tiny little gravestones, little stone pillar in the back there. A lot of different ones here. But let's come up to this plaque right here. This big stone plaque. So, see what it says here in the center. Beneath this granite slab lies a Confederate rifle bullet with which Elias Scheller, member of the 131st Regiment Pennsylvania Volunteer Infantry, was wounded in the charge made on Marye's Heights by General Humphreys' division at the Battle of Fredericksburg, Virginia, December 13th, 1862. I don't know if there's anything we're seeing in here, not sure. Yeah, I don't. You got a hole down there. I don't know what. I don't want to know what lives down there, but and then it just goes to fence. So, not much here outside of the cemetery there. Alrighty, folks, well, that wraps it up for today's little journey here in Alvira and the abandoned World War II munitions bunkers. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. And like always, we'll see you soon.